What is your take of Zhao Liying's unique work 1000 Bones of Blossoms being criticized as defiant? 1000 Bone of Blossom is a notable television series, which can be called Zhao Liying's unique work. The ubiquity of 1000 Bone of Bloom was very surprising. We can utilize burst to depict this hit show. Up to this point, there is no can figure out which show can contrast in it. This show draws in fans without question. At the point when Zhao Liying shot Huakayangu, fans took off 30 million, what an astounding number. This show put Zhao Liying on the map for the time being. After effectively winning Brilliant Hot Television, she was additionally designated for the title of Magnolia simultaneously. It has been taking off to the sensation of detonating. Zhao Liying effectively escaped the circle. At the point when Bloom 1000 Bone was communicated, the organization's stock cost rose by multiple times, proceeded to take off and was effectively recorded. An organization had the option to effectively open up to the world in view of the prominence of a television series, which likewise made Huakayangu a fantasy. Also making individuals famous, but rather additionally carrying fire to the organization incidentally. This show has such a lot of energy. The secret of this show is definitely more than that. The versatile game Huakayangu, which is adored by youngsters, turned into the main on the principal day of its send-off. In under a month, the turnover surpassed 100 million. The numbers are amazing. It's, as a matter of fact, one individual accomplishes the Tao, chicken and canine climb to paradise. The insurance impact is so hot. 1000 Bones of Blossoms made individuals and the organization famous. Its worth was limitless, and it before long turned into the heavenly show around then. Huo Jianhu and Zhao Liying's Lord understudy love, each move and thoroughly search in their eyes has been painstakingly concealed somewhere down in their souls. They don't have a word to communicate their adoration, however they can feel the full love of one another. This feeling is generally excellent, and it can particularly decipher the mental exhibition of the characters in the play. 02. Traffic stars don't require culture? Ignorant entertainers indeed started warmed conversations. Wang Yibo turned into a negative course reading for the school placement test. Wang Yibo is known as 9 flawed fish in homegrown diversion. He entered the diversion circle without moving on from middle school and turned into a learner. Wang Yibo became known to everybody. Later Chen Qingling became famous. At the point when this show was recorded, Wang Yibo was just 20 years of age. The ordinary understudy isn't yet old enough to complete school. After the show broadcasted around then, Wang Yibo's job as sibling Lan was generally welcomed, and Wang Yibo was likewise adulated for his great acting abilities for this job. Taking a gander at it now, I couldn't say whether Wang Yibo has perused the first work from start to finish, and when requested what his comprehension from Lan Zun's personality is, would he likewise pose 3 inquiries and reply, I truly don't have any idea how to respond to you assuming this is the case. Wang Yibo's different unskilled ways of behaving in the media that uncover his absence of information holds have even been utilized as material for the structure of the 2023 school placement test, as a negative showing material for the new age of understudies. CCTV's remark on Wang Yibo's response hit the bullseye, frantically ignorant. Obviously, this remark is according to the point of view of the crowd, who accepts that Wang Yibo misses the mark on creative quality that ought to be had notwithstanding media interviews. In any case, according to Wang Yibo's perspective, would he say he is truly frantic? Not really. To the extent that Wang Yibo plays the male lead in the film No Name, during the street show, somebody asked Wang Yibo, assuming you head out back to that time, what might you want to tell Mr. Yi? Wang Yibo's response was, first of all, don't think this question is extremely significant. I would rather remain silent, and we won't meet. Obviously, truly, assuming you answer along these lines, everything looks great. However, the issue is that he is the lead entertainer in this film, and he assumed this part on screen. On the off chance that you take a gander at the most common way of molding a person, it might take an entertainer a while, even a portion of a year or even a year to get to know the person, yet Wang Yibo answered that he didn't think it checked out. All in all, how could he perform such a job well? Do you just over and over show your cold and firm face before the camera? A long time back, when Wang Yibo was ablaze, these voices griping about his ignorance and absence of training were essentially challenging to be seen. Around then, regardless of whether somebody truly couldn't see it, in the event that they said a couple of words, the fans would answer. Wang Yibo traveled to another country when he was in middle school and turned into a learner, so it's not unexpected that he can't compose Chinese well. He Chineses as well? Is it true that they are bringing in Chinese cash? You can communicate in the language of Bangzi Nation well, correct? Assuming you truly have the capacity, you will likewise travel to another country to create and bring in cash from outsiders. An individual who couldn't compose the genealogical characters of the country really makes him truckload of cash. Simply consider it. The most serious issue of uneducated entertainers isn't on the grounds that they are brimming with provisos before the camera and in the show, which causes individuals to feel sad every now and again, but since they need wonder of culture and information. This is additionally the way of behaving that has been ruined you by fans in the beyond couple of years. Their cash comes too without any problem. They just have to posture for a photograph and the cash will keep on streaming. How much exertion is required? Assuming that fans have severe necessities on the way of life of symbols, I accept there won't be such countless pompous and educated people in the market now. The equivalent is valid for Zhao Lucy, who was in 1998. On the off chance that you didn't explicitly check her age, you would imagine that she was somewhere around 27 or 20, since her presentation was to be sure significantly sooner than Zaya Ahua. Entertainers brought into the world after 1995 ought to have a greatly improved instructive level than previously. All things considered, 9-year obligatory instruction has been promoted, yet what makes individuals find it entertaining is that the majority of the well-known entertainers don't have a lot of instructive level. For instance, Zhao Lucy entered the Broadway circle in 2017 as Feng Qiuhuang. As per the typical time of concentrating on in China, this is the very age to enter college. In any case, Zhao Lucy has not uncovered such a large number of social lacks previously, and individuals who have been showcasing have been set up with the picture of terrible learning since youth and moronic rubbish, so nobody purposely gets a handle on this point up. All things considered, regardless, Miss Sister is adorable and decent. What more bike do I want? Be that as it may, how could I not get my shoes wet when I frequently stroll by the stream? What an entertainer battles to the end is culture, and the way that far he can go relies upon culture. As Zhao Lucy's acclaim develops and age develops, it is inescapable to break the single-job channel of senseless white suite and meet additional difficult jobs. Period shows like Hutuang have not just turned into one more limited time card for Zhao Lucy, yet in addition have a specific gamble of uncovering information saves. All things considered, it's not difficult to act senseless and sweet, as long as you have a high capacity to appreciate people on a profound level and make a few wisecracks to play around, yet period shows are unique, and you want to have a specific comprehension of the foundation around them. At the point when I assumed control over the show Hutuang, I recorded it for a considerable length of time. I talked with Zhao Lucy and posed inquiries, for example, the time foundation of the person she played. Thus, Zhao Lucy stammered and addressed the foundation of the party. After this episode was communicated, the authority CCTV show erased all the limited time content for Zhao Lucy. The courageous woman wrapped up recording an entire play in a couple of months, and after the end, she didn't know whether the foundation of the play occurred during the establishing of the party or the beginning of freedom. I couldn't say whether anybody actually recalls that traffic stars were not viewed as entertainers for quite a while, on the grounds that the calling of being an entertainer is really an exceptionally proficient calling, which places specific expectations on the ethical quality and social nature of experts' necessities. Yet, traffic stars can eat by their looks. Not happy with the solitary approach to bringing in cash, they entered the showbiz and made jokes that were different however predictable and center. Previously, films, television dramatizations, television sections, and so on were called social ventures, and specialists were called instructors and craftsmen. This was an industry of social product, yet presently it has changed, and it is called media outlet. In light of the pitiless analysis of the authority blog, higher prerequisites are advanced for media outlets later on, whether it is traffic entertainers or entertainers. This passage likewise helps me to remember a person, the excellence blogger Yu Miran, played by Yu Shuxin, in somewhat backwoods of two individuals. It is by all accounts a profession that doesn't need minds and requires no culture, yet as a matter of fact it is upheld by a doctoral certificate. It is not something to be famous for some time, however to have the option to go the distance and move high needs the help of information holds and a solid design behind it. I accept that individuals like Poppy and Minimal Timberland will turn into a pattern in the diversion circle and, surprisingly, the web superstar circle from here on out.